Good morning. Well, probably the worst day to hike. Maybe not the worst because it's cloudy, but about 90% humidity. Hot, muggy. Gonna thunderstorm, gonna heavy rain. Gonna hopefully not catch me out here on the trail too bad. But going out on the Blue Trail this morning, Oak Mountain State Park, North Trailhead. And pretty much this one's immediate uphill. So I'll check back if I make it at the top. So here we go. I don't know if you can tell, I'm not doing the bypass. I could, a little easier to walk, but I took the main trail. And it's probably hard to see, but it's up. And it should be closer to my steepest climb for the next little bit before we get to the peak. All right, break over. Whew. I'm out of breath. I made it to the peak almost of about the steepest climb that I'm probably gonna get today. The next peak I'm going through the trees, can't really see it. I think I'm a little bit above that. That'd probably be where the King's Chair overlook is, but it's so cloudy today, I won't walk out to it because it won't show anything. But yeah, out of breath. But I'm gonna stop right up here at these rocks and take a little break. One good thing when you get on top of the hill, it's got a little bit of a breeze. This was so much easier when I did it in November. Walking along this peak, only like 1.25 in, 1.2 something miles in from where I started, and about, I don't know, 580 feet of gain in that 1.25 miles. So had some steep areas, so got a long way to go. All right. Well, I wasn't coming up. Wasn't going to the King's Chair overlook. But I got a little bit better view than what I thought I might. Pretty good drop. On a good day, you can see the steam plant in Wilsonville. But anyway, Well, I've been on the main trail, main blue trail, from the King's Chair detour. I've been back on it a pretty good while. And I got to fess up. You know, I wasn't planning on going out there. And ran into two people right at the junction of the spur, King's Chair overlook, and the main blue trail. And as we spoke, said good morning. I didn't pay attention, and I just kept going down the trail that they were coming from. Realized when I was about halfway to King's Chair that I recognized it, and thought, oh well, I'll keep going, maybe some kind of view, but I was right. Cloud deck was pretty low, couldn't see great, but anyway, I guess the only thing that hurt was, added to my mileage for the day, which is okay. Might increase the chance of me getting caught in the rain, but that's all right, as long as it don't lightning. But anybody who hiked long enough will miss a turn. Quit paying attention for a minute. Oop, get under that tree. And add extra miles. Not intended, but I didn't get lost. So, watched many hikers on YouTube show the same thing, so I wanted to fess up my mistake. But anyway, we're up along the ridge in this part of the Blue Trail. It's a really good ridge walk. We're pretty in the fall, and the leaves are starting to change and fall and gives you a better view. But here, can't see much, but it does allow you to make up some time, and I need it because that first mile and a quarter was about 40 minutes. Took me a little bit to get up that grade, but once I did, my average is picking way up. So hopefully I'll get it to 20 something minutes a mile. Last I checked, I was at 30 something, or 30, right at 30. So anyway, I get up here a little further. I'm gonna take a break at the when I get to the orange-white connector trail. Probably take a break right there. You know, a lot of this ridge walk on the Blue Trail, not really right on top of the ridge. You kind of, a lot of places you're just down below the lip, which can be protective of you, which is all right. But if you look up there, you're not too far, and there's several areas along here that you can peel off, head up there, and got some really good views over the valley. And you know, except for the day when it's so cloudy. But and of course right here you can turn off the trail a little bit. You can see this is a plane crash from the early 50s, and there's remains of it still right up off the trail. You can venture a little bit. I think a lot of people scavenge some of it though, unfortunately, but there's a side trail to a good view right up here. But we're gonna keep going today. All right. Blue Trail continues that way. This will connect down to a bicycle, but this is the orange connector. I think I called it orange-white connector earlier, but it's I can get to the white this way, and that's where I'm going, but orange connector. So it's the way I'm gonna go. And go through a fallen tree. Well, as you can see and hear, probably it's raining. I'm at a pretty good halfway point, so I have no choice but walk in it, but that's all right. Could take the road, the red trail, to be easier, but I'm gonna continue with my path. But right now I am up under umbrella, small umbrella, and I'll walk with it a little bit. So keep on going. All right, I did get the white trail, if I hadn't mentioned already, from the orange connector, and headed in the direction of the north trailhead where I parked my car and my truck. It's still a few miles, or 2.5 or so miles off, I believe. But we got a few ups and downs we got to go through. Up over Shackelford Peak, back down, then up and down into Maggie's Glen, then back up above that, and it should be pretty much downhill slope the rest of the way to the trailhead. Once you go over Shackelford Peak, which I did a while back, you follow this white trail, which really follows a secondary ridge through the park, parallel to the big ridge we were on top of earlier with the blue trail. And you can't see it, it would be off to my right, a good bit higher in elevation than we are now. This is sort of a secondary ridge that tapers off, like I said, to toward Maggie's Glen, which is kind of down in the bottom. We'll intersect another connector trail before we head down into that. But as you can see, or can't see because of the clouds, we are, well, I said a secondary ridge below one that's taller, but it don't really look taller. They're all tall enough, but we're right along the top of this one. Well, we've fallen off that ridge finally into this bottom, into what's known as Maggie's Glen. And it looks like it'll be a good place to take a break, right over there. Well, I just finished up resting here at Maggie's Glen. Beautiful place. Down in this hollow, I don't know, you can tell. But now you got to come out of the hollow to get back to the parking lot. I got two ways. I can take the white trail or the yellow trail. I'll say that the yellow trail is, looking at the map, is a little more direct and straight, but it is, I think, a little more of a climb up out of this bottom. So I'm gonna take the white trail. It's a little longer, but I don't think it's quite the grade. So anyway, we'll get going and head back to the trailhead. Well, back to where we started. Right near 8 miles. It would help. It won't show at the end, but about 7.5 plus, I guess. Because I think I was about a half mile in before I remembered to hit the start. But back to the truck.